In the previous video, we witnessed the descent of the solar word into the body of Jesus during the baptism in the Jordan. But what happened afterward? Was Jesus merely a moral preacher or an initiate of ancient mysteries? The official story tells us of parables for the multitudes, but the esoteric tradition reveals to us a structure of initiation in 4 degrees, renewed by the Christ for all humanity. Today we lift the veil on the true therapeutics of Jesus, the enigma of Lazarus, and the supreme vision of Tabor. Prepare yourself, for we will enter the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. The being that emerged from the Jordan was of a unique nature. Jesus offered the Christ his physical, etheric, and astral bodies, a harmonized triple sheath. For the first time in history, a God was fully incarnated in a human body. But before his ministry, he had to overcome. The temptation in the desert was not only moral, it was cosmic. Christ had to defeat Ahriman, the power that conceals the world of the spirit from humanity. The prince of this world subjected him to the temptation of the senses, of fear, and of power. And 3 times Christ responded with the word of truth. He overcame the legions of darkness. A breach was opened in the dark envelope of the earth. The portal of the human soul was opened once again. The first was preparation, the Sermon on the Mount. It was not merely moral, it was an opening of pure feeling. Blessed are the poor in spirit. These truths do not address reason, but the heart. The kingdom of heaven is within you. The second degree was purification, the miraculous healings. Esotericism tells us that the miracle does not break natural laws, but accelerates the vital process. Christ was a physician of both body and soul. To the paralytic, he said, "Rise and walk." But then he added, "Go and sin no more." The Master's influence restored balance, but the ray of hope transformed the soul. Love transformed into action. This Christian therapeutics would resonate through all his future existences. We arrive at the 3rd degree, illumination. And here we encounter the most troubling enigma, the resurrection of Lazarus. Only the Gospel of John mentions it. Who was Lazarus? The Rosicrucian tradition offers a bold and luminous answer. Lazarus is the Apostle John himself. Out of modesty, he concealed himself under that name. His resurrection was the central phase of the ancient initiation. In Egypt, the initiate lay for 3 days in a sarcophagus. His astral body journeyed through the cosmos. Jesus wanted his beloved disciple to transcend that crisis. Our friend Lazarus sleeps, but I go to awaken him. When Jesus cried out, "Lazarus, arise," he did not revive a ghost, but transfigured John. The shroud became the mantle of the initiate. John then understood why he was the beloved disciple, because only he truly understood. He would be the seer who would accompany the Master to the cross. The 4th degree is the supreme vision, the transfiguration. Jesus took Peter, James, and John to the summit of a mountain, and before them he was transfigured. His face shone like the sun. Moses and Elijah appeared. This is no coincidence. It is a synthesis of divine evolution. Moses represents the past, the history of the earth. Elijah embodies the present, the prophets of Israel. Christ is the future, the incarnate solar word. A voice came from the cloud, "Listen to him." The disciples fell on their faces. This vision of Tabor summarizes the entire evolution of humanity. It was the beginning of a new mode of ecstasy. Clairvoyance leads to a synthetic conception of the cosmos. For 3 years, the solar word walked the earth to prove that God exists, that immortality is not an empty word. The life of Jesus was a public confirmation of the mysteries. What had once been buried in temples moved across the stage of the world with incisive realism. The whirlwind of divine love united with the whirlwind of human suffering. A great surge was formed, and today that impulse remains alive. To spiritualize the earth, to elevate humanity, to remind it of its celestial origin, that was the mission. If this journey has resonated with you, if you feel there is something more behind the veil, subscribe and share. The search for knowledge is the first step toward the light. Until the next revelation.